and vote for these guys. Because if you go to zanderfeverTV/vote, it'll be awesome. Cool. So Maro is going to try. Succeed. I have faith in you. Okay, so here we are, everybody. We are going to be spawning on top of EVERIZE, keyd.Everize, who will be the yellow Terran in the bottom right, and his opponent is going to be EG.LzGaMeR. And wait a second, did I actually get his Did I get his? I got the right. I got the upper cases and lower cases right. Oh, I feel like such a baller now. It's 6 jacks JMag. Good. I haven't seen him play in a while. Just expect a 2-base kind of push that's sort of cheesy, I think. I don't know. Maybe he's changed his playstyle though. I don't know. Alright, cool. So, this is EG.LzGaMeR. He is the red Zerg in the top left. We are playing on Ohana, and we are going to be watching as you guys are going to be duking out in a really cool TVZ. This is part of the TSL4 qualifiers, so just right off the bat, I want to say awesomeness to TSL for being absolutely amazing and holding these incredible tournaments and allowing me to be a part of it, because it is super, super, super awesome, and I am quite happy to be here. And it looks like EVERIZE has got a proxy barracks going down in the map right now. I think he's faking a command center first, and yeah, he's gonna go up to 15. Alright, cool. So that's so now we're gonna have this barracks going down, and it looks like we're having the actually orbital command is going down right now. So that's going to show that EG.LzGaMeR is going to have 100% knowledge that a barracks is on the field somewhere. We've got the bunker beginning, and EG.LzGaMeR is going to be staring directly at it. I'm just laughing at Maro. Well, that's the hardest style. That's just ridiculous. Okay, so we're going to have the bunker going down over here, and the hatchery is about to complete. Oh, EVERIZE is going to be able to get out the SUV. It does. Wait, what? It's being allowed to. Okay, there we go. Now it's picked off, and this bunker is actually close to completing. Is there another? There is no other SUV on the way, I think. But you know what? These this is 11 drones that are just blatantly not mining right now. We are going to see that EG.LzGaMER is going to continue actually engage. I think it might just pick off the bunker now. But notice exactly where he goes. He starts with his with the drones over here on the bottom right, so we can actually see that if an SUV does try to come in and finish it, it will actually have to go around all the drones and then move in. So that's just a nice little maneuver by those by the drones in there to make sure that EG.LzGaMeR is as effective as he can with the defense. But here we have a command center being thrown down by EVERIZE. We actually have a second command center being thrown down by EVERIZE. So he's going to go triple command center after one rack. So he goes into cheesy into macro cheese, and I kind of like the phrase macro cheese because it's just so oxymoronish, and it kind of fits my moronishness, so it amuses me. I also do a lot of things to amuse me that I don't think amuses anybody else, but I hope it's entertaining. I mean, for example, the Maro thing before, we're showing the O's going back and forth, yeah. But now we're having EVERIZE just sitting back here, and the thing is not Maro, EG.LzGaMeR has now popped up, and he's seeing command center, but he has no idea there's a third one. So as far as I keep saying Maro, EG.LzGaMeR is concerned, LZ is just going to be thinking that it's pretty much just a standard expansion after a proxy, and that nothing's really going to be going on, unless he's familiar with the style that's not from a 2-racks, or just from a 1-racks, in which case he'll actually be able to intuit the fact that there may be another command center down on the field. But EG.LzGaMeR is just has Overlord just over there, gonna be able to move around and just look for that natural expansion. But once again, I don't think he's got an opportunity to see this topmost orbital command. But looks like EVERIZE will going to be going just straight into bio. He's not going to do anything with Hellions or that kind of stuff. He's just basically waiting to get up a stim upgrade because he's got a ton of gas actually banked up. Right now he's getting a lot of Marines. He is getting a Marauder, but there's no concussive shells, stim. Oh, there we go. Now he's going to start the stim. But with these couple links on the field, LZ should actually be in a pretty decent spot to actually continue moving along in terms of tech path and running around, keeping a little bit of a presence on the map, and just being wary of what EVerize could be doing. If you take a look at the worker count, it is 28 to 27, so it's pretty much even, but I'm kind of expecting a... Whoa, we got a double factory going. Is it going for really quick double tanks or something? Because that would be kind of cool. Because double factory tanks would be incredibly powerful, especially when it's not scouted. It's a completely different animal than if you go for one factory of siege tanks. Because if you do that, you just get one siege tank at a time, and it's not too much of a threat. But you can push out with 6 siege tanks all of a sudden, and it will completely surprise the Zerg, and all of the Zerglings will just evaporate. They will die. Zerg has to get the perfect engagement. There's very little room for error if you do have the that kind of a composition that's so heavy in tanks. But then if Zerg can get around with the backside and hit those tanks first, then it could be a completely different story, and Zerg can really get in there. But actually, we're going to be seeing Blue Flame Hellions from EVerize. He's going for the reactor and the tech lab. That screams Blue Flame Hellion 3 produced at a time. And if EVerize actually pushes in with Marauders, Marines, and Blue Flame Hellions, the Marauders will tank any kind of Baneling hits, and then he's going to be able to spread the Marines, splash damage with the Hellions, and decimate any Ling-heavy compositions of the Zerg. But we do have the hatchery almost done into a lair, and with 4 gases we could very easily be seeing a spire coming down in a second, and it looks like we'll see an infestation pit, so I am completely wrong. It will be an infestation pit, and that may actually be benefiting more than a spire would. The infestation pit will allow him to get the fungals off, and without any medevac support on the field, it is going to be super important to get those fungals down, and he's going to be forcing a lot of stim to be going down, because the thing is, one stim... Here, let me just show you this. We got 1 stim on the Marines, 35 health. When you see a fungal pop out, I think it does 30 or 35 damage. I think it's 30 damage and 40 versus armor, in which case there's 5 hit points left, which is the exact amount that a Ling can attack with 1 hit and kill a Marine. So it's a very mathematically beneficial thing to have the infestors coming out shortly. We do have LZ going for his third base right now. And before we actually continue any longer, I do want to see, right before his push happens, about the voting. And we see that, wow, LZ is a clear favorite. You guys do not think EVerize is going to be successful in this game. That is crazy. We got the double expand from EG.LzGaMeR. We're seeing him pushing in as he's going to just take down some of these creep tumors, he being EVerize in this case, but EVerize does have a significant food lead at the moment. Plus, we've got 4 infestors on it. That may be enough to offset this food advantage for EVerize. Plus, we're seeing EG.LzGaMER is going to have a lot of time to actually come back, and so we are seeing the spine claw going down. This is going to be a forced cancellation on this hatchery as we're pushing forward. I got to turn my volume down because this stuff is sounding monstrous into my ears. But there we have that. That is just to be a dead drone. It's going to be moving along the map. And now we're going to see the, good blue flame shots in there. But get a nice fungal down there. LZ lands another one's going to be able to kill off a fair amount of those Marines there. We've got a 9-kill infestor. That's really, really solid. But look at the forces left from EVerize. But another big fungal lands. Really nicely done there. Now we have a 6-kill infestor complementing the 9-kill infestor. So we already have 15 kills from those 2 infestors moving along the map. But also remember, Hellions are not armored. So the fungal growth only does 30 damage, and it is indeed 40 versus armor, so I'm glad to see that I got that right. And now these medevacs on the field, these Marauders will not be dying anytime soon. But this third base for this is now going to be the third base for EG.LzGaMeR, as it has finished. And if you look around over here, EVerize's third is going to be taken by the floating command center, moving along and hitting this third base. And the Marauders that he has actually be instrumental in taking down the destructible rocks here. And just look at each Marauder shot basically takes down a full section of these rectangles faster than anything else. Their anti-armor DPS is insanity. But we are going to see that this Link's going to move in just in time to start attacking a SCV. It will also be just in time to die, because there we have the army moving across the map. And EVerize is going to start mining this happily, and we're back to 3 base versus 3 base, and by that I mean back to even bases. But EG.LzGaMeR will try and go ahead and make that change shortly, as this hatchery will be completing soon. The upgrades for EVERIZE are sitting at 1-1. We do see the armory is out. Where is your double eBay? There they are, but it's idle. You have an idle double eBay from EVERIZE, so no other stuff set. But you actually have what? Hive's already done? What? Hive is done. Do we have Ultra Cavern? We do have an Ultra Cavern. So we already have an Ultra's Cavern being made. We're going to have 15-minute Ultras that are... That's ridiculous. So LZ's going to push it in, but EVERIZE already has a couple Marauders onto the field. It's not quite enough, but his tanks are there as well. He's going to continue getting tanks. He's getting Hellions as well, though. He only has one Rax that has Tech Labs, but is he getting more? He is getting 2 more Tech Labs. I think he's fully aware of the Ultra switch, or at the very least is expecting it. These guys have probably played each other a bunch of times just on the ladder and in various tournaments and whatnot. They are 2 top pro gamers, and so there's no way they aren't at the very least aware of the styles. Plus, the most common thing to do after Infestors is indeed Ultraless. Ling Infestor into Ultra is a very smooth transition. But we're not seeing any adrenal glands, which does make me a little bit sad. But we are having the chitinous plating being researched, as well as a couple more of the ultras going down. But we take a look at some of those links, and ultras already out in the field and everything. They are getting scanned. They're 2-2, so they're only going to be 4-2, not 5-3. Where are your Evo chambers, LZ? Are they sitting at your natural or something just weird like that? Yes, they are. Completely idle. So neither player is really getting their upgrades as high as they should be. But 2-2 is on the way and halfway done for EVERIZE. And if you can get that done before the push comes in from LZ, that'll be really strong. The problem is LZ is probably gearing up to push shortly because his ultra count is now up to 6, and he's going to have a hugely beefy army. But look at the food. So the supplies are so in favor of EVERIZE. He is officially maxed. He's starting his bank in EG.LzGaMeR. He's only got 138 food. He's literally basically Ultra Infestor. The Ling count is tiny, but we're having this army pushing forward because there is about to be a drop inside the main, and that Spore Crawler just took out that medevac because it got hit by this Spore Crawler as well. So that's actually just blatantly lucky for EG.LzGaMeR. There's no other way to put it. That was just lucky. And the good thing for EVERIZE, though, it's going to allow EVERIZE to start getting out more and more Marauders like he's going to need against the heavy Ultralist count. And it looks like they are officially 4-2 with the 5-3 on the way. Just now started. And we've got the 3-3 begun for EVERIZE as well. So these upgrades are never really going to be in too much of an advantage for EVERIZE or EG.LzGaMeR. It's basically going to be even. So you see the 3-3s are almost started at the exact same time, just a couple seconds off. And they have basically the same build time too. So now we're going to see his base getting assaulted on the left. We're going to have the army from EVERIZE ready to get assaulted by LZ, who's going to try and get the flank off. But we are seeing that EVERIZE is doing a very smart positioning. This hatchery is very much under siege. There we have EG.LzGaMeR pushing in. EVERIZE is going to be ready for the flank in the back. We're seeing them engage. The Ultras here are going to be getting slaughtered because one is now dead. We're having them getting transfused, though, by the Queens. Really smart move, but there is a heavy amount of Marauders and tanks in the back. We have a couple more Ultras going down. The Fungals just may not be doing enough as we are watching as those. Looks like the Bile for EVERIZE is still managed to stay alive. There's so many medevacs in play, but 2 Ultras may be enough to brute force their way through. Barely. They're both in the deep where they keep getting transfused. It's helping them so much. The less of a link count doesn't matter right now when the tanking job is being done by the healing of those Queens. But look at EVERIZE still slightly getting his way through. He just had a little bit too much. We do have more Ultras out for EG.LzGaMeR, but his Queen support is greatly diminished. He's lost a bunch of Queens. He only has 2 left on the field, and we're going to have this hatchery once again continuing to go under siege, but we are having these Marauders getting lifted up in the main medevac because they cannot assault 3 Ultras alone. But during this time, EVERIZE has gotten his 4th base landed, and he has an orbital command at every single one of these. And you know what is also happening? We also have nukes coming somewhere. We have nukes coming here in the natural expansion. We're going to have nuking going on. But it's not Broodlords that's out for EG.LzGaMeR. Actually, scratch that. It is Broodlords that are coming out for EG.LzGaMeR. And you know what's great at attacking things that move slowly? Nukes. Because nukes take 20 seconds to land. And if you can explode them on top of Broodlords, you have a very unhappy Broodlord army. But EG.LzGaMeR is actually not getting assaulted. He's got these spawn cars that are not done yet. The hatchery does get picked off, and you know what? EVERIZE can completely ignore those spawn cars. As we are seeing these guys pushing forward, we're going to have a massive drop coming from LZ. Coming against LZ. EG.LzGaMeR. I keep mixing their names in this thing. My God, I must be really tired from casting 6 hours of TSL yesterday. That's what I'm going to blame, because then no one can really fault me for that one. I hope, at the very least. But look at that! Medevac actually managed to stay alive. This Ultra Cavern is going to be dead. Ultras are coming up the ramp one by one. There's so many units here. The Queens are coming to play. Here we have the Broodlords. There are actually a ton of Broodlords. There are 8 Broodlords going across the map. We have Ultras continue to engage. We have my frames per second that's been continuing to drop. Thank God I'm getting a new computer. I'm building it probably later today when the parts actually come. So we're having all of the Marauders and Marines going across the map, trying to go ahead and just waste LZ. But the problem is these Broodlords and the Broodlings are doing too much damage. The Greater Spire is here, but note the fact that there are no upgrades on the Broodlords themselves. There is, however, the +3 melee attack that's going to do wonders for these Broodlings themselves. They are basically a Zergling now. And that's really can be quite devastating at times. Does LZ actually even have any Zerglings, or is he pure? He's got 2 Zerglings. He's literally pure Broodlord Corruptor Queen right now. He's with a single Ultra. Doesn't even count. He's Broodlord Corruptor Queen. That's literally his army composition. And you know what? If you can keep those Broodlords alive, this is one of the strongest, most ridiculous compositions in the game. But wait a second. We are having a nuke going to be landing. And that, oh, is going to be 500. Oh, 500 health does happen. So this actually shouldn't kill this hatchery. But you know what? It will be able to do a whole lot of damage to it. And there it is. And there we go. It takes a lot of damage. But are there any other ghosts? Are going to do another? Yep. He's going to do another one, but we are going to watch it. This place over down here is going to get assaulted. These spine crawlers are evaporating to those ultras, and we're having the nuke is going to be coming down. It lands, and oh my God, 30 health left. That's still alive. This ghost can just start attacking that and killing this. But we are having that the Marauders and Marines that were sent over here continue to deal damage. EVERIZE is back to max, and LZ has got a lot of Queens. Their energy is accruing so effectively, but look at EVERIZE's next base. He is on fire right now. He took down Dignitas Bling, and now he's going forward against EG.LzGaMeR, nuking away, and now we're going to see a big engagement happening down here. We have Cloaked Ghost EMPing all the Queens. EMPing the Queens. That's going to be so little left for transfuses, and I wonder how little my frames per second is at the moment because everything is going to death. But we do have more transfuses going down. So far, 3 Broodlords down, 4 Broodlords down. We're about to have the 5th one fall. We have the Marauders taking down the Queens. The Corruptors are doing a great job of eliminating the medevac count, but we're having more Broodlords down. 1 shot left on this particular one, but EVERIZE goes for the hatchery. And oh my God, the luckiest Broodlord alive. We're seeing them pushing forward. We are going to be having another nuke landing. I just heard it go somewhere. Where is this nuke? I don't even know. It is somewhere. I heard it getting launched. Is it? I'm trying to find the little red dot. Oh my God. It hit the Broodlords. It hit the Broodlords. LZ just got his morphing Broodlords nuked. So those are dead. Those are dead. That's terrible for him. And now he's going to have a few Marauders and Marines stimming their way into killing off this hatchery. That will be falling. No way that can be saved. It falls. The Marauder DPS is ridiculous. As you are watching, EVERIZE continuing to have a very Marauder Marine heavy army. There we have some Vikings coming out now. The Corruptors are only in the number of 2, and guess what? The Broodlords are about to be in the number of 0. The Ultras are now in the number of 0, and there is the GG, well played, and good luck. Talk about an intense ZVT. EVERIZE's macro was ridiculous in that game. My God, he was maxed while the Zerg was at 130 food. That was incredibly well done by EVERIZE. Absolutely impressive. He takes down one of EG's pro gamers, and he will be moving along. EG.LzGaMeR very mannered, wishing good luck in the rest of the tournament. I'm impressed by both those players. I loved that Queen transfusing going on that LZ was doing, but just was not quite enough. And EVERIZE does end up victorious in one of the best ZVTs I've seen in a long time. Or I guess I should say TVZs in a long time, as it was great management on his part. That beginning strategy was impeccable with those 3 command centers. I hope you guys enjoyed, because we've got more games coming up now.